Coming to COP26 in Glasgow, November 2021. Know your rights. Here are some key things to remember when protesting in Scotland from the Scottish Community and Activist Legal Project, SCALP. Scots law is specific to Scotland and different to England, Wales and Northern Ireland. Being prepared can help reduce stress and minimise the risks to yourself and others. Breaking specific laws or physical confrontation can increase the risks. Knowing potential consequences can help you to make more informed choices and consider the safety of you and others. You're only required by law to give your details, your name, address, date of birth, place of birth and nationality to the police if you're arrested, or if you're a suspect or a witness to a specified crime, or if you're the driver of a vehicle. You can ask a police officer if you're being arrested just to be sure. You don't have to answer any other questions. Say no comment to avoid incriminating yourself or others. Ask the police if you're legally required to do something they ask of you. This can be a useful way of indicating to the police that you know your rights and that you're monitoring what they're doing. It can also sometimes be helpful to have this information if your case goes to court. The police have wide-ranging powers to disrupt or stop protest and may arrest first and ask questions later. Sometimes they don't know what power they have to do certain things, and sometimes they don't even have the legal power to do them. Some communities are disproportionately policed. The police are institutionally racist and their behaviour negatively impacts a variety of communities or identities, such as if you're disabled, trans, a person of colour, working class, or depending on your official immigration status. You have specific legal rights if you're under 16 or a non-UK national, and you have particular rights as a disabled or trans person to be treated in a certain way. Look out for specific SCALP guides with more information. Duty solicitors tend not to be experienced in protest law and don't always understand why people protest. You have the right to a solicitor of your choice. SCALP is developing a list of solicitors who are familiar with protest law and support social and ecological justice. Take care of each other during and after interactions with the police and the criminal legal system. Follow-up might include practical tasks like safely storing notes, photos and footage that might be needed as evidence, as well as emotional support and debriefing. What are legal observers? Sometimes described as LOs, a legal observer is someone who monitors police behaviour to help curb police abuse and support activists. LOs usually wear high-vis, and they're likely to be seen carrying a notebook to detail police movements and actions, including arrests. They don't note down incriminating behaviour, and LOs will often work within a wider legal support team, sharing information about police tactics, behaviour and arrests. This team will help follow up with arrestees at a station if needed, or later in court. LOs rarely talk to the police, but they may give guidance to protesters or hand out bus cards. So what is a bus card? You might be handed one of these at a protest, or you might find it online. They look something like this. Firstly, you can see if it's for the right protest that you're at by the date or the title on it. Different legal teams might be supporting different protests, so keep this in mind. There may be some brief key messages like no comment, etc. There'll be a legal support number to contact the activists who are providing a legal support office for the protest. It's recommended you ask the police to call these people as your contact while in custody if you're arrested. This is to help the support team to track you through your arrest and custody process and support after your release. You can also call this number for emergency legal support, but it's important to keep the line as clear as possible, and legal support can be given via social media or from legal observers for less urgent situations. There will also be a number for a solicitor who has experience with protest law and who is willing to support protesters with advice for this specific protest. It's a good idea to find the bus card before a protest. Some protesters write this information, mainly the 2 phone numbers, on their arm or somewhere else that's easy to access in case they're arrested. Scottish Police use police liaison officers at protests. These are specially trained officers who try to engage with activists and protesters and wear baby blue bibs, identifying their role on the back. On the surface, they appear to be trying to open dialogue and work as a means of communication to help them facilitate protest. In reality, they're aiming to gather intelligence. This is used by the police to hamper and disrupt protests and direct action. By engaging this way, they can also claim legitimacy for their policing. They can be very friendly and chatty, claim to support your cause, try to be helpful and gain trust, and can often get a lot of information from people who don't realise their true purpose. There's no such thing as a friendly conversation with the police, and anything you say can be noted down and used against you or other people, no matter how irrelevant it might seem at the time. It's also important to note that images, videos, and information found on social media can be used by the police in trying to find and prosecute people. Please be aware of this, including when posting videos and live streams. This is especially important if people's faces are in view or if their names are mentioned. Arrest and protest can be emotionally challenging during and for a period of time after. It's important to think about the physical arrest process and how that might affect you. Remember, no comment, and make sure to use bus card information. Police cells are where arrestees are kept while their case is being processed. These are bare rooms with an area to sleep in and a toilet. After custody, some people are released without charge, but otherwise they're given a court date. This could mean being kept in the cells until the next working day. Protest organisers should organise police station and court support or other support plans. Legal support teams aim to track people's arrests so they can offer this support. Look out for the SCALP guides on arrest and court for more on this. Look out for each other, give time to supporting each other and yourself. Ask for help if you need it. Please share this video. You can get involved with SCALP. We offer trainings to become a legal observer and legal support, and you can volunteer in many other ways. You can find our guides and more information on our website, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We all have the right to protest, and knowing our rights empowers ourselves and lets us look after each other. Solidarity.